Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, Hurricane Helene closing in. Bracing for impact. At least 5 states declaring a state of emergency. The Big Bend urgently preparing for a Cat 3 landfall. Catastrophic winds, storm surge, and life-threatening flash flooding. Thousands forced to flee. Airports shut down. Ginger leads our team in the storm zone.
Breaking overnight, New York Mayor Erik indicted after a federal corruption investigation. Set to become the first mayor of the country's biggest city to be criminally charged while in office. Growing calls this morning for him to resign.
Overnight, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu releasing a new statement on the escalating conflict in the Middle East as he is set to address the UN, and the Israeli military prepares for a possible ground invasion.
Vice President Harris laying out her vision for the economy, detailing plans to boost the middle class as she gains ground on former President Trump on the top issue for voters. Coast Guard rescue. An 8-year-old experiencing a medical emergency on a cruise and a sweet reunion after his surgery.
The new report on how much we pay at the supermarket, and the mom who feeds her family for $150 a month. She tells us how she does it.
Javier Bardem is here live, starring in the new show Monsters, about the Menendez brothers.
Overnight, Connecticut knocking the fever out of the WNBA playoffs as Suns superstar Alyssa Thomas calls out some fans on foul play.
In my 11-year career, I've never experienced the racial comments from the Indiana Fever fan base. It's unacceptable, honestly.
This morning, how the WNBA is responding. And Nafisa Collier and the Lynx advance. Now will all-time leading scorer Diana Taurasi call it a career?
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning, America. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday morning, and we have a lot of news to get to.
We sure do. There's breaking news out of New York City right now. There's a live shot of Gracie Mansion. Mayor Eric Adams, he's been indicted overnight. He's going to get a summons this morning. Federal agents at Gracie Mansion right now to give him that summons. We'll have more on that just ahead.
But we're going to begin with Hurricane Helene bearing down on Florida right now. Expected to hit the Panhandle area tonight as a powerful Category 3 storm with potentially catastrophic storm surge, flash flooding, damaging winds. We have team coverage in the storm zone for you, starting with Ginger in St. Petersburg. Good morning to you, Ginger.
Robin, here in St. Petersburg, Tampa Bay is jumping and it's pushing the water with this offshore flow that we're having ahead of the storm. I mean, the thing is more than 300 miles to my southwest, but we're going to keep seeing this flooding as we go toward a high tide. We'll have several periods of that. So we're worried about surge here, yes, but it's that catastrophic and unsurvivable surge up in the Big Bend, Appalachia Bay area that we're worried about. Also, we've got a tornado watch. On top of all the surge warnings, there are tornadoes that have been happening from South Florida all the way up to South Carolina. It is going to be a wild day with major impacts all the way through Georgia up to Asheville. This morning, Hurricane Helene taking aim at Florida. Forecast to make a landfall as a Category 3 in the Big Bend late tonight.
I got a bad feeling about this one.
At least 5 states declaring a state of emergency ahead of Helene's landfall.
And if it's right around Tallahassee, it very likely would be the worst hurricane that they have seen in recorded history.
Hurricane-force winds with power outages and trees down will stretch well into Georgia. Linemen even staging in Major League ballpark parking lots.
A mandatory evacuation has been ordered. Please leave this area.
Police patrolling, using loudspeakers to get their message out. At least 20 counties in Florida ordering mandatory evacuations.
Most of the models have this becoming a major hurricane. You have time to implement your plan so that you're prepared for this storm.
Firefighters racing to evacuate residents from this nursing and rehab center in Crawfordville. Others choosing to stay and ride out the storm, stocking up on supplies, ready for the worst.
We're gonna hunker down. I told the family if you need to come in, we all hunker down together and we make the best of it.
Across the state, businesses and most public county schools closing. The Tampa International Airport suspending all commercial and cargo operations. Crews rushing to build this 9-foot high wall to protect the Tampa General Hospital. The hurricane's moving north-northeast, and it is going to rocket up toward that Panhandle and Appalachia Bay tonight. So the landfall is late tonight, and it looks like it could be still a major hurricane, meaning Category 3. The cone, remember, that you see there is really only where the center could go. So the impacts are well beyond that. Tropical storm force winds actually go 345 miles outside the center. That's why you have warnings from Asheville, North Carolina, all the way down to Miami. So many of those warnings need to be paid close attention to, including the one that goes with a hurricane warning as far north as Macon, because we're going to see widespread power outages. I hope Georgia is prepared for how fast this is going to come through tonight into early tomorrow, and how the impacts will be huge. But let's talk about that number one loss of life and property. Around here, it's 4 to 8 feet of surge. That is not as unsurvivable as the 10 to 20 feet. St. George Island, St. Mark's, Keaton Beach, Cedar Key, all preparing, and hopefully if you haven't gotten out, you really just need to get away from the immediate coast. When they say unsurvivable, we're not joking. It's like 2 stories of water coming at you fast. And then you got to talk about all of the rest of the impacts, including the wind, right? And that goes all the way up to Augusta, Georgia, where you can see gusts upwards of 60, 70 miles per hour. And most importantly, by tomorrow, it'll be about western North Carolina and South Carolina, northeast Georgia, significant flash flood threat, Michael.
Yeah, definitely dangerous conditions there, Ginger. You and your team, please stay safe. Thank you so much for that. And Tampa is bracing for storm surge as well. Whit Johnson is at a hospital there for us with the urgent preparation. Good morning, Whit.
Hey, Michael, good morning to you. You can see some of the early bands of rain coming through here. And this is a city essentially surrounded by water, making it extremely vulnerable to flooding. They're expecting a 4 to 8 foot storm surge in this area. We're outside Tampa General Hospital, and you can see they've installed these mobile barriers here. This is called an aqua fence. It's a new tool that they've used in recent years. Officials say it can withstand a storm surge of up to 15 feet above sea level. You'll remember in August of 2023, Hurricane Idalia caused significant flooding throughout this area. So flooding is always an issue here, which is why officials are so concerned about this hurricane. And transportation is becoming increasingly difficult. As we noted earlier, Tampa International Airport shut down at 2 a.m. this morning. It's expected to remain closed until Friday. So officials say for those who need to evacuate, time and options are running out. Robin?
They really are. Okay, Whit, our thanks to you. Helene is the latest hurricane expected to rapidly intensify before making landfall. Sam is here with how climate change is really turbocharging these storms?
Robin, for about 30 years, guys, for about 30 years, we've been talking, I mean, literally on this show, we've been talking about how rising oceans, warming oceans would make a difference in the problems with hurricanes. Let's show you how that's playing out here. So we've got 2 things that stand out to me. One of them is rapid intensification, and it is more likely now, by about it's about twice as likely now, that we'll see rapid intensification as it was 30 years ago. So what's going on? Warmer waters in the Gulf. We've got 2 to 5 degrees above normal water temperature there so far this year. And it doesn't seem like a lot in degrees, but it's a lot in water. And the stored heat in that much water, this is super deep water, is being fuel to the hurricanes. So if they rapidly intensify, jump categories 1, 2, 3 like that. And that's why you're seeing it now. And back in the day when I was standing here at the wall, we didn't see it very much. The other thing, this wall of water that moves on the coastline, so much more water here because there's actually 7 inches more water in the Gulf than there was just a few years ago. One thing I want to drive home is the end of this storm is just as important as the beginning. By the time we get to the weekend, the center of this storm is going to be in Kentucky and Tennessee. Ginger mentioned the flooding in the mountains of the Carolinas. That Kentucky and Tennessee flooding is bad as well.
Wow. Okay, Sam, thanks very much. We're going to turn now to that breaking news overnight. New York City Mayor Eric Adams indicted by a federal grand jury following a corruption investigation. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky is at City Hall with the details. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, George. This is unprecedented. 110 men have served as mayor of New York City. None has been criminally charged while in office until now.
This morning, the stunning news jolting the nation's largest city. A federal grand jury handing up an indictment against New York Mayor Eric Adams, the first sitting mayor in the city's history to be charged with a crime. The charges remain sealed, but Adams is already calling them entirely false and proclaiming his innocence.
It is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges will be entirely false, based on lies. But they would not be surprising. I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target.
Adams has been under federal investigation for nearly a third of his tenure. Last November, the FBI confronted him with a subpoena and took his electronic devices. Authorities began by looking into his fundraising and whether his campaign accepted illegal foreign contributions. But the investigation expanded to look into possible fraud involving city contracts and how the police enforced regulations governing bars and clubs. The police commissioner resigned 2 weeks ago. The school's chancellor just announced his retirement. Their phones were seized too. The FBI issued subpoenas to 2 deputy mayors and several top police officials.
I'm not aware of any wrongdoing or misgivings from anyone on my team.
Adams had been lauded as a new face of the Democratic Party. He led the city through the end of the pandemic, oversaw a drop in crime, even changed the way New Yorkers take out the trash to reduce rats. But this morning, he's facing growing calls from within his own party to resign. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez saying, "I do not see how Mayor Adams can continue governing New York City." Adams says he's going nowhere.
Make no mistake, you elected me to lead this city, and lead it I will.
Despite his public confidence, Adams spent the night huddled with attorneys and advisors plotting his next move. Just a few minutes ago at Gracie Mansion, the FBI showed up, George, with a summons for the mayor to appear in court. George.
Okay, Aaron, thanks. Let's bring in our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. Dan, the scope of this is just stunning. So many top officials in New York City under investigation. Now the mayor under indictment. It's not unsealed yet, but it's got to be serious.
Right. It can't just be a single campaign finance violation, right? This is not going to be a situation where one individual gave a donation that was beyond the permissible amount. There's going to be action associated with this, something that they believe that the mayor did as a response to getting that donation, pay for play, in effect. But the real question is going to be, is there more to this than just illegal campaign finance violations? As you heard Aaron talking about there, this investigation took them into completely different areas where other members of his administration are now in trouble. The question is going to be, is he in trouble for some of that as well?
We just heard Aaron say federal agents now at Gracie Mansion. What happens next?
They'll allow him to surrender. Think about what happened with Senator Bob Menendez, right? They announced that there would be an indictment on a Friday. They gave him till the following Wednesday to surrender. I expect the same sort of thing here, which is they're informing him now that he's going to be indicted. They'll say to him, turn yourself in by early next week.
Dan Abrams, thanks very much. Robin?
Oh, George, now the latest on the escalating conflict in the Middle East, with the Israeli Prime Minister set to arrive in New York today for his UN address tomorrow, as the Israeli military says it is preparing for a possible ground invasion. Chief Foreign Correspondent Ian Pannell has the latest.
This morning, the US joins the European Union and others in a joint statement calling for de-escalation between Israel and Hezbollah, saying it's time to conclude a diplomatic settlement that enables civilians on both sides of the border to return to their homes in safety. President Joe Biden calling for collaboration and diplomacy.
We put out a statement for a 21-day ceasefire along the Israeli-Lebanese border. We were able to generate significant support from Europe as well as the Arab nations.
But in a damning statement this morning, Israel pouring cold water on the idea. Netanyahu's office saying they haven't even responded to the idea, and that the news about the supposed directive to moderate the fighting in the north is the opposite of the truth. The Prime Minister instructed the IDF to continue the fighting with full force. This comes as Israel calls up thousands more military personnel to serve near its northern border with Lebanon. And Israel's chief of staff on a tour of the area telling troops that military boots will enter enemy territory. Cross-border raids with special operations teams targeting Hezbollah commanders and missile launch sites are expected.
Well, I think it's fair to say growing fears here that far worse is yet to come. That Netanyahu statement almost immediately pouring cold water on the Biden administration's EU ceasefire plan. Just in case you're any doubt about the Israeli position, the Israeli foreign minister just tweeting there will be no ceasefire in the north. Michael.
All right, Ian, thank you so much for that. We're going to turn now to the race for the White House. And Kamala Harris laid out what she called her pragmatic approach for the economy, the top issue for voters, while Donald Trump attacked Harris on the trail and Ukraine's president. Our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, has the latest for us. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Michael. Well, both campaigns know that the economy is the top priority for voters, and the candidates have been hammering each other on the issue. Now, Donald Trump has had the advantage, but polls do show that Kamala Harris is closing the gap, and now she is detailing her plan, hoping to further erode Trump's lead. In must-win Pennsylvania, the vice president outlining her plan to create what she calls an opportunity economy, taking what she calls a pragmatic approach.
I am a capitalist. I believe in free and fair markets. I believe in consistent and transparent rules of the road to create a stable business environment.
Harris well aware that voters favor Donald Trump on the economy, though polls show she's gaining ground. Pitting her vision directly against his, Harris says the former president is looking out for his wealthy friends, not working Americans.
For Donald Trump, our economy works best if it works for those who own the big skyscrapers, not those who actually build them, not those who wire them, not those who mop the floors.
Harris laying out her vision in an 82-page plan, pledging to cut taxes for 100 million Americans, boost small businesses by increasing tax deductions for startups, help first-time homebuyers with down payments, provide a $6,000 tax credit for parents of newborns, and invest in manufacturing at home. To pay for the plan, Harris proposing to raise corporate tax rates, saying in an interview overnight that she will make billionaires pay their fair share.
I am not mad at anyone for achieving success, but everyone should pay their fair share, and it is not right that the teachers and the firefighters that I meet every day across our country are paying a higher tax than the richest people in our country.
But the former president says Harris had 4 years to help the middle class, and she didn't.
Why didn't she do everything 3.5 years ago? She's been there for almost 4 years, and she didn't do it.
Trump is promising to bring business back to the U.S. by slashing taxes and regulations and by imposing sweeping tariffs on foreign imports. But many economists and Harris argue those tariffs will raise prices on Americans.
You don't just throw around the idea of just tariffs across the board, and that's part of the problem with Donald Trump. Frankly, and I say this in all sincerity, he's just not very serious about how he thinks about some of these issues.
And Harris now pivots to the other top issue in this race, immigration. She's set to visit battleground Arizona tomorrow, her first visit to the border since entering this race. But first here today back at the White House, she'll be meeting with Ukrainian President Zelensky. Michael.
And Mary, you said it, Vice President Harris and the president are both meeting with Zelensky today. But Donald Trump, he's blasting the Ukrainian president.
Yeah, he certainly is out on the trail. Donald Trump says Ukraine has been demolished, and he's criticizing Zelensky for not striking a deal with Russia, arguing he should have made concessions to the country that has invaded his. Michael?
All right, Mary Bruce, thank you for that. George?
And coming up, the Idaho College murder suspect is due in court in a new city before a new judge. Dan Ames is going to be back to break down the changes.
Plus, the 8-year-old boy saved by a helicopter off a cruise ship.
And the WNBA semifinals are set, but why one superstar is calling foul on some fans.
You stay right there, because we're going to be right back on this Thursday morning.
Hi, I'm Isabel Stevens, but everyone calls me Izzy.
I have 5 rules, memorize them. Rule number 1, don't bother sucking up. I already hate you, that's not gonna change. Trauma protocol, phone list,
Welcome back to GMA. Just what the doctor ordered. We're talking about Dr. Bailey. Can you believe we're getting ready for Grey's season 21? And ahead of tonight's premiere, we've got an exclusive sneak peek that's coming up with Lara and Pop News.
Incredible run.
It is.
Following a lot of headlines right now. Hurricane Helene is closing in on Florida this morning. The storm expected to make landfall late tonight in the Panhandle. Powerful Category 3 storm. The hurricane will bring heavy rain, dangerous flash floods, and a storm surge of up to 20 feet. Also right now, a 10th death has been reported in the listeria outbreak that forced Boar's Head to close a deli meat plant. 59 people across 19 states have fallen ill in the outbreak. First linked to liverwurst made at a plant in Jarrett, Virginia. The latest fatality was reported in New York.
And a federal judge has approved the class action settlement stemming from the toxic train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio last year. The $600 million agreement will compensate households and businesses within a 20-mile radius of the site for property damage and medical expenses. And we've got a lot more ahead, including the pilot on her first rescue mission, saving a young boy on a cruise ship. We are there for the reunion, and that is coming up, George.
Right now, the Idaho College murders. Accused killer Brian Koberger due in court today. He'll appear before a new judge in a new location after being granted a change of venue. Kana Whitworth is at the courthouse in Boise. Good morning, Kana.
Yeah, George, good morning. And what Brian Koberger wears when he makes his first appearance here in the Ada County Courthouse is a major point of contention for the Gonzalez family, who says the prosecution told them it was a strategic decision to have him wear street clothes in an effort to keep the trial in Latah County. But now that it's been moved, they want him in a prison jumpsuit. This morning, a major shift in the Idaho quadruple murder trial. A new venue, a new mugshot, and a new judge for murder suspect Brian Koberger in a case that shocked the nation and rocked a small college community to its core. Koberger's defense team successful in its months-long fight for a change of venue over concerns about jury impartiality in Moscow, arguing people who lived in the county where Koberger is accused of stabbing 4 college students to death had prejudgment opinions of guilt, citing a survey they say showed a mob-like mentality in the tight-knit town. The judge agreed, and the Idaho Supreme Court moving the case several hours away to Idaho's capital of Boise. Koberger transferred in secret by the Ada County Sheriff's Office using an Idaho State Police plane, seen here in an orange prison jumpsuit. Judge Steve Hippler will now oversee the case in the same venue where infamous doomsday mom Lori Vallow Daybell met her fate. Judge Hippler, who was appointed to the bench in 2013, has handled high-profile criminal cases, but this will be the first time he presides over a death penalty trial. Among the first items Judge Hippler will need to assess is the defense's newest argument to have the death penalty thrown out, along with their request that Koberger not have to wear an inmate orange jumpsuit at his upcoming hearings. His lawyers, who say he is innocent, asking for an official order for Koberger to wear street clothing to all public court appearances. But with roughly 8 months until the trial begins, the runway to justice becoming more clear for the families mourning their loved ones, like Kaylee Gonzalez. Now, Koberger's lawyers say they met with the sheriff's department, who told them they could accommodate their clothing request if the judge allows it. And a reminder, guys, this trial is still slated to start in June.
Okay, Kana, thanks. Dan Abrams is back. New venue, new judge, going to make a difference?
Not in terms of the evidence presented, not in terms of probably the outcome of the case, but it was probably the right call, considering how much attention in particular there'd been in this small community where this happened. It seems like a classic case to move it, allow a new judge, allow a new jury pool to consider the case. So not that surprising, but I don't think it's going to change the case much.
And Koberger, his attorneys are trying to get the death penalty taken off the table. Do they have a chance at that?
Not much, not much. I mean, they're making both broad arguments about the death penalty effectively being unconstitutional, and then making very specific arguments about this case, saying that the various requirements for the death penalty in Idaho aren't met here. I don't think they're going to win either of those as a legal matter. I mean, if there was a plea agreement or something, it's always possible something like that could happen. But just strictly legally to get this judge to take the death penalty off, very long shot.
And as you said, a lot of attention on this case. And some people feel it's been too much attention and they want some restrictions on the media.
Yeah, look,
what do you think about that?
I think they're going to be careful with the media attention. But remember, trials are presumed to be public. This is the state of Idaho versus Brian Koberger. The citizens of the state of Idaho have the right to see how their prosecutors are handling this case on behalf of the state. So there is a balance there. It's not, you can't just say, well, we need to restrict it because so many people are watching it. You need to always have that balance, recognize the First Amendment, and try to figure out a way, which I'm sure they will, to be able to have both a fair trial and allow the public to know exactly what's happening.
Excellent point there. Thanks, Dan.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Dan. We're going to turn now to the heart-pounding rescue at sea. A Coast Guard crew airlifting a little boy experiencing a medical emergency, taking him and his family to the hospital. Eva Pilgrim is here with the story. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, Michael. This was supposed to be a fun family vacation, a 2-week cruise from Vancouver to Hawaii. But on day 2, 8-year-old Daniel started feeling sick. The fog making it hard to get him off the boat. The Coast Guard called in, getting him to the hospital just in time.
This is the moment a Coast Guard crew rescued an 8-year-old boy off the coast of Northern California.
Basket is on deck.
A harrowing rescue as aviation survival technician Philip Morey rappels down, retrieving the boy first in a basket. His mom and brother hoisted up right after.
I closed my eyes.
On the way up, I'm just like still talking to the kid and, giving him high fives and trying to keep him calm.
Daniel Jiang was on a trip on board the Royal Princess with his family when they discovered he had appendicitis and urgently needed to get him to a hospital.
The doctor in the cruise said the situation is very emergency. Yeah, because that time Daniel got very high fever and the situation is worse and worse.
The Coast Guard dispatching a medevac helicopter to the ship to get Daniel and his family.
She's got pretty good visibility.
On board the helicopter, technician Morey, along with Lieutenant Catherine McDonald, watched intense fog blanket the ship.
We didn't have it in sight, which from 10 miles out, flying at like 300 or 400 feet,
Giant cruise ship.
You should be able to see it. And we couldn't see it. We were like, oh, that's unusual. As we got closer and closer, we were out at about 5 miles and we were like, well, we still can't see it.
McDonald, on her first rescue mission, finally located the ship. The team rushing them to a hospital. Daniel immediately taken into surgery to have his appendix removed. A day later, a joyous reunion.
Oh my gosh.
The team meeting Daniel and his mom, Nicole, for the first time, gifting the family with Coast Guard posters. Nicole says she's grateful to the rescuers.
I don't know how to describe, just unbelievable, still like dream.
And Lieutenant McDonald, thankful for a successful first mission.
It's a pretty incredible feeling.
It's a big win for everybody involved.
Yeah, and Daniel's appendix surgery was successful. He's still recovering in the hospital, but he's going to be okay. And we were just talking, getting in that basket might be the scariest part of that whole thing.
Yeah, we are glad he's okay.
Yes.
And Lieutenant McDonald, great job. That helicopter. All right, Eva, thank you.
Now with the WNBA playoffs, the semifinals are now set after the Lynx swept the Mercury, and Connecticut did the same with Caitlin Clark and the Fever. Diane Macedo is here with the highlights and the comments from Alyssa Thomas overnight that's really sparking a lot of attention.
They sure are. So much action in these games, including Caitlin Clark setting a new record, now the youngest player to get 25 points and 25 assists in a playoff game. But while I wish I could just tell you about how great the players did, part of last night's story is how poorly some of the fans did.
Overnight, the Connecticut Sun pulling out a thrilling victory over the Indiana Fever.
Clark connects.
The Fever's Caitlin Clark put up a team-high 25 points, pushing Indiana into the lead with just 4 minutes left. But Connecticut's veteran team wore them down in the final seconds, ending Indiana's playoff run.
Mabry. You got it.
The game was often physical, with Clark even reporting a fan to security. That fan was eventually allowed back to his seat, but the intentions of some fans, particularly on social media, are being called into question after the game.
In my 11-year career, I've never experienced the racial comments from the Indiana Fever fan base. It's unacceptable, honestly.
Here's the Sun's Alyssa Thomas addressing her experience this season.
I've never been called the things that I've been called on social media, and there's no place for it. And basketball is headed in a great direction, but nah, we don't want fans that are going to degrade us and call us racial names. Something needs to be done, whether it's them checking their fans or this league checking. There's no time for it anymore.
Fever coach Christy Sides is also calling for the rhetoric to change.
It's a lot of hurtful, hateful speech out there that's happening, and it's unacceptable. And when it gets personal, to me, there's no reason for it.
And the WNBA put out a statement saying, while we welcome a growing fan base, the WNBA will not tolerate racist, derogatory, or threatening comments about players, teams, and anyone affiliated with the league. They went on to say they will include law enforcement if necessary.
And this has really marred what has been the most exciting WNBA season to date. So let's go back to the action, because it was Minnesota taking on the Mercury, and it was Nafisa Collier. They move on to face the Sun now.
She has been on fire, so that's right. It'll be the Suns against the Minnesota Lynx for the semifinals, and although it hasn't been announced yet, we may have just seen Phoenix's Diana Taurasi's last game. It's believed the WNBA legend will retire after 20 years in the league. She got a well-deserved standing ovation last night.
She hasn't made it official, but we're pretty sure.
She's hinting at it. That's what it's looking like.
Thank you, Diane,
Thank
so
you.
much.
All right, thank you both. Now with our play of the day. Oh, and it's a big send-off for a neighborhood hero. Lara's here with this feel-good story.
Yeah, how about a feel-good story?
Yeah.
Shall we,
Yes.
everybody? Mail carrier Bill Buddha loves his Ohio community, and boy, they love him right back. And there's no better proof than how they celebrated his last day on the job, guys. Folks decorated their porches, they greeted him with sweet notes, congratulating him on his retirement. His daughter documenting the last day as a mail carrier and writing online, "People will never forget how you made them feel." Bill says he couldn't believe the response. He told us, "I guess for 24 and a half years on this route, I must have done something right." It was a fantastic day. And when he was asked what he liked most about the job, he said, "There's just nothing better than mingling with your customers."
Oh.
Yeah. Congratulations to you, Bill.
Think of all the kids he watched grow up.
I
Think of all the
know.
Think of all the cookies he got at the door. I mean, come on, that's an awesome
The
job.
dogs he ran away
Right,
from.
the dogs he ran away from.
All of that. See the yin and yang. That's right, the yin and yang. Oh, we got an Oscar winner
Yes,
joining us
we
here
do.
in the studio, Javier Bardem, who's starring in one of the most talked about shows of the season. He's going to be here live in little old Times Square Studios. Come on.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Bracing for impact. Hurricane Helene closing in. At least 5 states declaring a state of emergency. The Big Bend urgently preparing for a Category 3 landfall. Catastrophic winds, storm surge, flash floods. Thousands forced to flee. Airports shut down. Ginger leads our team in the storm zone.
Cutting your grocery bill to the bone. With meal costs eating a big share of our budgets, one mom shares her tips and tricks to feed her family for about $150 a month.
Urgent warning about a fast-growing scam. How criminals can sell your property without you knowing. The FBI alert. What you can do to protect your land or vacant home.
The Doctor is in for Grey's Anatomy Season 21. And we've got an exclusive sneak peek of tonight's premiere episode. It's just what the Doctor ordered.
I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
And Oscar winner Javier Bardem is here talking about his chilling performance in the new season of Monsters, working with white Penelope Cruz and more. As we say, good morning, America.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA.
Good morning, America. Tori Johnson is back with Lara's Fab Finds for Deals and Steals. A dozen Spencer-approved items that are comfy and cool, just like Lara, and they're starting at just $5. So Lara's a little more expensive than $5.
And also ahead, we have good news for you weekend warriors. If your workout routine hasn't started yet this week, don't worry. We're going to tell you how many minutes of exercise you need.
First, look at the top stories breaking today. We start with Hurricane Helene, expected to hit the Florida Panhandle tonight as a powerful Category 3 storm. I want to go back to Ginger in the storm zone in St. Petersburg. Good morning, Ginger.
Hey, good morning, George. This storm is so far-reaching. Its arms are really wide. That's why we're here in St. Pete. Tampa Bay is just already. We've seen this seawall be breached and now water coming in, and we're coming up on high tide. That storm, a Cat 2 now, still more than 320 miles from us. That's how we're going to see this big-time push of water throughout the entire day today. So let's go through the big threats. Tornado watch is in place right now. We've seen tornado warnings over between West Palm and Miami, all the way up to South Carolina already. So keep an eye on that. Tornado watch includes Orlando at this hour. And the path. That's important because you see how it's still a Cat 1 when it's close to Atlanta? That's how fast it's going to move tonight. With hurricane force winds, I think we are going to see widespread power outages. As much as it's about Florida, it will be about Georgia, and eventually you'll see why South and North Carolina, even Tennessee. But let's talk about warnings. Tropical storm warnings from Asheville down to Miami. Hurricane warnings, Macon, Georgia, down to Tallahassee, Apalachicola, Cedar Key. Well, the surge is going to be unsurvivable up in Appalachia Bay, Big Bend. We're talking 10 to 20 feet. With the water that comes up in the wind, Tampa will gust to at most around 60 to 70. But where it makes landfall, you could easily see 115 to 120-ish mile-per-hour winds. The gusts won't stop. We stopped it there at Friday, 5:30 in the morning. Augusta, 71 mile-per-hour winds, and it's going to be really blustery. We've been very wet the last couple of days in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and Robin, this is why we have that elevated, and I mean highest risk there is for flash flooding and even landslides in western North Carolina and western South Carolina.
And Ginger, you and the team, please take care as we see those waves come crashing in behind you like that. Thank you. And as you've been letting us know, the Panhandle is expecting the direct hit. Storm surge up to 20 feet there. Victor Oquendo is in St. Marks, Florida for us. Good morning to you, Victor.
Good morning, Robin. The rain is coming down now, and this is shaping up to be an historic hurricane for St. Marks. I just spoke with one neighbor who told me she is petrified and is getting out of town with her family today. They've been through many storms here in 2018. Hurricane Michael brought 10 feet of storm surge. That's just above this black post here. But Helene could double that, up to 20 feet. That would look like this white post here. We are talking about catastrophic storm surge. You combine that with winds gusting between 100 to 115 miles per hour, and the county sheriff is warning that is an unsurvivable event for those along the coast. George?
Okay, Victor, we're going to turn now to New York City Mayor Eric Adams, indicted by a federal grand jury following a corruption investigation. I want to go back to our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Katursky at City Hall. Good morning, Aaron.
George, good morning. The charges against New York City Mayor Eric Adams have just been unsealed. He is accused of bribery, soliciting improper foreign campaign contributions, wire fraud, and conspiracy to commit wire fraud. These are very serious charges that expose the mayor to significant prison time if convicted. He is maintaining his innocence, suggesting this is a political hit job. He says the charges are entirely false and that he's innocent. But the way the charges are written, they even predate Eric Adams' time as mayor and confirm long-held suspicions that his alleged corruption dated back to his time as the borough president in Brooklyn. The mayor is insisting he's going to remain in office, but he is facing growing calls for his resignation from within his own party. But the mayor remains defiant, insisting that he will continue to lead the city. Michael?
Going to turn now to a health alert for weekend warriors. Ariel Resniff is here to break down new research on how exercising for only 1 to 2 days a week can benefit you. Good morning, Ariel.
Hey, good morning to you, Michael. This is good news for procrastinators among us. It's often tough to get in that run before work, and a new study now says you may not have to. The study finds that exercising only on weekends offers the same health benefits as weekday workouts. Researchers from Massachusetts General Hospital tracked nearly 90,000 people for a week to see how different exercise patterns affected disease risk. What they found is that the weekend warriors among us and those who broke up their workouts throughout the week had similarly good results, including lower rates of heart attack, stroke, obesity, diabetes, and high blood pressure. It was only an observation study done over a week period, but it does demonstrate that just getting in that workout may be more important than when you actually do it. The CDC recommends 150 minutes of moderate physical activity per week, so you can spread that out 30 minutes each day, or you can opt to do a sporty Saturday or Sunday. Just get in those Pilates, guys.
I know it was only a 1 week study, but I'm all in for that.
I bet you are.
I like it.
Coming up in our JNMA Morning Menu, the new report on how much she spent on food in the last year and the mom who slashed her family's grocery bill to around $150 a month. She tells us how she does it.
Also had the alarming rise in property theft, the FBI warning, and how you can protect your home or land from being sold by scammers.
Plus, Grays is back, and Lara has an exclusive first look. That's ahead in pop news. But right now, Lara is with a very special guest. Hey, Lara.
Michael, hi. Yes, I am. Oscar winner Javier Bardem is here to tell us about his new series. It's coming up on Good Morning America.
Nice morning here in Times Square. We're back now with our GMA cover story, a look at how much it costs to feed your family. A new report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics finds our spending on food was up again last year. But Elizabeth Schulte has the story of one woman who has found a way to cut her family's grocery budget to the bone. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Michael. Grocery prices aren't going up as much as they were 2 years ago, but the typical American household still spent about 7% more on food last year. We spoke with one family that is maximizing just how far those dollars can go.
This morning, a new government report showing food prices are eating up a big share of American families' budgets. The Bureau of Labor Statistics finding households spent an average of nearly $10,000 on food last year, about $500 of that each month on groceries.
Let me show you what $43 can get you in America.
Holly Reel says she's been able to slash that monthly cost to $150 to feed her family of 3.
The main thing in my mind is trying to stretch a dollar further.
So how does she do it? Step 1, sign up for emails and download apps for different grocers to unlock rewards and discounts.
Instead of just scrolling social media on my phone, I'm like looking at deals. Going to the store, I already have a list, so it's like in and out.
Now look at this.
Her second hack, take advantage of what you can get for free. One of her credit cards comes with a free subscription to the delivery app DoorDash, which regularly offers deals like $10 off groceries.
I looked for the deal button, and then I found like a party tray of meat, like and cheese and crackers for $12. Like, well, after $10 off, if I go pick it up, it's free pickup. I'm spending $2 for a party tray that'll make a bunch of Lunchables for my kid.
Tip 3, search and post discount codes on sites like Reddit. Holly posted her own referral code after she signed up for the meal delivery service HelloFresh.
I have like a credit of like $3,000 because randomly I shared my code one time and I keep getting emails like claim your $60 because people keep clicking on it.
One other tip from Holly is to talk to your local small businesses about their discounts on groceries. She says that her favorite bakery offers half off fresh loaves of bread on Mondays. Never hurts to ask where you can try to find those savings, guys.
All great suggestions.
Really
all right, Elizabeth, thank you as always. Now, a new report about a rise in property theft. People's land and homes stolen right from under their noses. Now, you may remember that recent alleged plot to steal Graceland, Elvis Presley's famous estate. Authorities warn this type of scam is now up 500% over the last few years. And our chief business correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis, is here with more. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning to you, Robin. Yeah, imagine this. You're driving by a property you own only to find that someone else is building a house there. It is the result of an intricate kind of scam that the FBI says is happening all over the country.
A Missouri woman behind bars, arrested in an alleged scheme to sell Graceland and defraud Elvis Presley's family out of millions. The sale halted just hours before the Memphis mansion was to be auctioned. And this morning, the FBI warning property owners everywhere, be on alert.
What happens if somebody sells your property without your knowledge?
Well, technically, you're no longer the owner of the property.
The FBI telling us the scam can start when someone pretends to be the owner of a property.
The bad actor might send out unsolicited emails to unsuspecting realtors. They want a cash deal within weeks. They've sold land that doesn't even belong to them.
Experts tell us it can happen in many complex ways, but identity theft, scammers faking documents as if they're the real owner, is one way this can start. Then they reach out to a real estate agent to list the property. If the property is then sold, a deed transferred, the original owners out of luck, having to take the case to court to win their property back. Realtor Lisa Shaw says this happened to her when a man called out of the blue claiming he owned this vacant lot in suburban New Jersey.
He called and said he wanted to sell some property. He also told me his wife was ill and he needed the proceeds from that money for his wife's illness.
She says the man claiming to be the owner sent her these identifications, which Canadian police have since told ABC News are fake driver's licenses.
I listed the property and I immediately got a lot of people interested in it. I said, well, the highest one so far is $140,000. He said, fine. Send me the contract.
The scammers even including a purported notary signature. The buyers sending a check for $70,000, half the full payment.
No one suspected it, not the attorneys, not myself.
Shaw says the title company eventually raised the flag on the scam. ABC News has since reached out to the real owners and confirmed they were unaware scammers sold their property to unsuspecting buyers, and the real owners are now fighting to get their land back.
It all comes down to due diligence on behalf of the buyer, the real estate agent, the title companies, and beyond.
The FBI alerting realtors and title companies about this scam, too.
If you're looking at nothing but international wire transfer requests, automatic red light, demand numerous forms of identification. For the notary itself, make sure you call that notary.
I was really shocked at just how far these scammers could get with this. And the important thing is to stop it before it happens. The FBI recommends signing up for alerts with your county clerk office so you know immediately if the title to your home or property has been changed. Also, set up alerts whenever somebody searches the address of your property online. But it is just such a warning for anyone, especially if you've been inherited a property. This can really be an issue. Robin?
I know. And if you're shocked, you, as savvy as you are, that tells you just how.
I've seen a lot, and this is pretty brazen.
All right.
Yeah, this is brazen. This is news to us.
It is. How about some pop news for us?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about a classic, right? Grey's Anatomy, guys, kicking off its history-making 21st season tonight on ABC. And in honor of this incredible achievement, we have been given an exclusive preview of the very first scene of the season just for you, our viewers. Check it out.
You're done here, Dr. Bailey. Goodbye.
No.
Get out of my office.
I refuse to allow my job to be taken by someone who only operates on spite and greed. You don't see faces, you see dollars.
That's because this hospital and your leadership is costing me money.
This profession is a calling, not a business.
All right, so yeah, a lot going on. Season 21 picks up exactly where the last season left off. That's the board chair, Catherine Fox, facing off against Miranda, also continuing to interfere with Meredith and Amelia's Alzheimer research. I'm trying to catch you up. We'll also see the return of Catherine's son, Jackson Avery. That's Jesse Williams in real life. It goes down tonight. Season premiere, Grey's Anatomy, 10 p.m. right here on ABC.
Like I said, it goes down tonight.
I love it's so good. It just gets better.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing? All right, also this morning, the stars of Outlander celebrating a milestone 100th episode. Congrats to Sam, Katrina, and the gang. They marked the achievement in true Scottish fashion, cutting a cake decorated with traditional Highland flowers, and they did it with a big sword. It's taken 11 years to get those episodes, and Balfi, who plays the time-traveling heroine of the series, points out that in this competitive world of streaming, that doesn't happen often, 100 episodes. So they're so grateful. Celebration happened during filming for season 8. That marks the final season, but the second half of Outlander season 7, write this all down, it's confusing. It premieres on Starz on November 22nd. Such a good show, guys. Check that one out as well. All right, and then in baby animal news.
Is that a category?
It sure is. It is one of my many hats I wear here. A baby king penguin is making news in Australia as the biggest chick ever at the Sea Life Melbourne Aquarium. Look at that big baby, 9 months old and double the weight of most of the adults he lives with. Adult king penguins can weigh up to 30 pounds. Pesto, as this big boy is being called, already weighs 50 pounds.
Wow, pesto.
A lot of pesto on some pasta.
Apparently. He eats up to 30 fish a day. If you happen to be in Melbourne, you want to see him soon because that fluffy coat, that will likely go away pretty soon. His handlers say, though, the weight will not. He's just a big boy.
So we have 3 big babies. We have the penguin, the hippo, and the walrus.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Big babies.
I'm thinking about $150 a month shopping.
Yeah, that ain't happening. And then I begged to do this because it's really quick, and I just really love this video. You know the expression FOMO? Fear of missing out. This guy has it, and he has it bad. This guy's name is Huey. Look, he asks to go out every day, and then he does this. He presses his nose against the glass. He does it every day. The owners think he's doing it because he wants to see if they drop any food inside.
Yeah, you never know.
But he wants to go. He wants to be in.
There's a lot happening. I do that in Times Square when you guys are on the air.
Yes. I've seen you do that.
Thank you, Leah.
We have recruited a former teen model for this next segment. It's Steals and Steals, Lara's Fabulous Finds.
And to be clear, that's not me. Just to be clear, that's not me.
But these are all really great things that we've discovered together. Teen model.
Ooh, yes, of course.
Okay, so this is cashmere. So you get
it feels so good.
You get the elegance and sophistication of cashmere, but you get the convenience of easy, unfussy care.
Yes, I do.
I mean, so phenomenal. We've got hoodies, zip-ups, What kind are you wearing? You got holding a hoodie over?
It's a hoodie zip up.
A vest.
He's doing it as like a casual.
Here's what's
smart.
awesome about this hoodie right here. Look at this. It's got a built-in eye mask.
Oh, wow.
So that when you're on one of those long flights, Sam, and you don't want to talk to anyone and you need a little sleep, it just like untucks right
I'm wearing that on the streets in New York.
There you go.
I want the same thing.
All slashed in half for men and women. Gorgeous, super soft. You'll be so
soft.
I swear it feels so good.
Okay, bra 30. We know this. We know bra 30.
You can sit this
We've
one
got
out.
no underwire straps or clasps. We got a vid variety. You want to hold up that? You got the long one there, the short one here. Plus, we've got new tube tops from them as well. Perfect amount of cotton and spandex. You guys know and love this. We've got new colors.
That's super
all
cute.
All slashed in half, $15 to $20.
So cute and really nice.
All right, one you love.
Okay. Oh my mahjong.
Oh,
Who here plays
we go.
mahjong? Woo! Woo! Yeah. Okay.
But we will. This
Settle down, everyone.
Convince us to do it because
I love this
these
brand.
pieces are so gorgeous.
Works
it's
of
a
art.
woman-run company, and so whether you want to
Know that
play
sound.
or display, these pieces are beautiful for both. These are pieces
Aren't
that
they
you want. Look at the
fabulous?
colors on these pieces.
We've
They're
got the
phenomenal.
bags,
We've got the bags,
cocktail napkins.
Cocktail napkins. We also have the mini set, the mat.
Cocktail napkins a real part of the game. Is
fantastic.
that a
This
part of the game?
is
The cocktail
Huge
napkins.
part of the game. You
All right.
cannot play mahjong
Okay,
without
I got
cocktail
it.
napkins.
This is art. All slashed in half starts at $25.
Oh, my mahjong.
Okay.
I love them.
These candles, if you go into Robin's room, you will smell one of these. This one, look at, but show her Riva right there on the front. That's Riva. And Sam, you know what? That scent is Miami Squeeze. That's why you like it so much.
That's why I like it.
Mandarin in there. You can customize these candles with names. That's a dog photo, initials. You can even customize the cover of these. They are phenomenal. 50% off. They start at $28.
This one right here.
Yeah. All right.
Sam, I
Heading
need you
over
to model.
Peepers.
Oh, I'm sorry, my hands are full, Lara.
Heading over to Peepers. Yeah,
Yep.
we need you to. We'll put on some shades.
Sam,
You
grab
know
a pair.
Peepers makes the easiest way for you to look fabulous, express yourself, and
yes.
see better. We've got a big variety.
Show me a good pose.
Bifocal sunglasses. Bifocal sunglasses, polarized sunglasses, blue light blockers, you name it. We got it all from Peepers, all slashed in half. These prices, you guys, $11 to $14.50.
You know what? These have bifocals in the bottom.
They have bifocals.
I was wondering why.
That's
Finally, we're
unbelievable
over
deal.
here, you
Okay,
guys,
we're
for
here.
Cozy Earth. We've got the most gorgeous, luxurious, the
Oh my
towels
gosh.
from them
You know
are
I got
phenomenal.
these.
Yep.
We've
You know I got
robes and bath wraps. Are you guys team robe or bath wrap? I'm bath wrap.
Robe.
I love
Your
a bath
robe,
wrap.
Yeah.
I'm a bath wrap.
To do all the
can't
makeup
go
and
wrong
the
with
hair.
these from
There's nothing
Cozy Earth.
better.
We have everything from washcloths to the sheets to the,
The sheets are
robes.
amazing for anyone who gets
Shop
warm at
50%
night.
off and free shipping on the entire assortment.
And guys, this is just the beginning. We have more deals and sales coming up. But first, Javier Bardem here live.
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
We have a little GMA news. We're expanding our GMA book club with a young adult edition. Our first book is Air by Saba Tahir. It's a fantasy adventure about power and love that will leave readers guessing until the last page. For a chance to get a free copy, head to our GMA Book Club Instagram page for a giveaway. And Saba will be live on GMA next month.
All right, looking forward to that. But now we got this. Oscar winner Javier Bardem is here. He's starring in one of the most talked about shows of the season. Monsters, the Lyle and Erik Menendez story takes us back to the double murder case that has transfixed the nation since it happened. Javier, welcome to GMA. Great to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And I'm so excited for this series. And we know you worked with Ryan Murphy, the co-creator, before Eat, Pray, Love.
Yes.
This is nothing like that.
No, it's not nothing.
What is it like to work with him again in something that's so different?
It's great. I mean, Ryan is really a creator, and he is very, very much into making everybody comfortable. And the research that he does for everything he does, it's absolutely stunning. And also, he surrounds himself with the very best of the best. So when you go to the set, everybody in front and behind the camera are really top notch. So it helps you to put yourself into the mood of doing whatever you're doing as an actor.
Well, it comes through for us that are viewing it, and another stellar performance from you, sir.
Thank you.
And I want to get your reaction to the reaction from folks, including one of the brothers, Erik.
Yeah. Well, I think it's logical, normal that you have. I mean, they both have the absolute right, the legitimate right to have an opinion about their lives being shown on TV, on a show. And I respect that and I support that, of course. The thing is, this is a version that Ryan Murphy and Ian Brennan have done based on different reactions and different ideas and approaches from different people involved in the case. So there is nothing written in stone. And the show doesn't want to say what is wrong and what is right. It just shows what happened based on the facts after a very thorough research. So that's what we want to do. We want to bring a show for the audience to open a discussion about very important themes.
You play the father. Let's take a look.
I've tried my whole life to make men out of those two boys. Soldiers, 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 soldiers. I mean, haven't I taken it too far sometimes? Yeah, I know. I've shouted a lot. I know that, Kitty. I hit them sometimes. And, I mean, I have regrets in my life, and I'm ashamed of a lot of things in my life, but not that.
Boy, that is intense. How much did you know about Jose Menendez before you took this role, and how did you prepare?
I didn't know anything, because I think it's a very popular case in States, but it wasn't that popular in Spain. So when Ryan approached me, he's like, what's this thing? So I Googled it and I was like, oh, wow, all right, who you want me to play? Okay. So I sat down with him and we discussed many themes of the show. And he made me feel very supported and very, I know he was going to take a very good care of it all.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, just looking at that, it's just transfixing. And let's switch gears, literally, to something else you're doing, F1.
Oh, yeah.
The movie about Formula One racing, because I'm a big F1 fan. Did they let you drive a car? You get any track time?
No, in the first day of shooting, the director said, for everybody's safety, Javier is not driving any car. So let's make sure that everybody knows that.
Oh, did you want to drive, though? Did you want?
No, I'm fine. No, I play the team owner, and I'm watching the races on the screen. And I love that. Brad Pitt and Thompson, they are driving an F2 car, which goes fast.
Yeah.
I mean, it really goes fast.
Yeah.
And my only question was, what do the insurance say about this? I haven't heard the answer yet.
Well, I'm sure your beautiful wife, Penelope, she was very happy that you were not getting behind the wheel.
Absolutely.
You and Penelope Cruz have been in 4 great films together. Do you have any other projects in the works?
Not that we know of, but we are always considering to work together because, first of all, she's an amazing actress, and for me it's a pleasure and it's a joy, and it's also easy for us to work together because we know that we can go far with it, and at the same time respect each other since we know. I mean, we respect each other in every sense, but what I mean is we can go far. Like in Loving Pablo, we had a scene where it was a very intense scene, and we know that we have to go to a dark place, but we know that it's a fiction. It's not us treating us that way, and that's something that is very helpful when you're working with your...
You trust one another.
Exactly. We know that we are playing a game.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, we're so happy that you're here, as always, and congratulations on this, Javier. We appreciate that. And Monsters, the Lyle and Erik Menendez story, it's streaming on Netflix, so make sure you check that out.
Now on GMA with Ryan, we've been talking
Another
about Ryan
Ryan
Murphy.
Murphy.
His highly anticipated new series, Grotesquerie. Eva Pilgrim sat down with one of the stars, Emmy Award-winning actor Courtney B. Vance, and she's back now with their conversation. Good morning again, Eva.
Good morning, Robin. Grotesquerie is a horror fiction telling the story of heinous crimes in a small town. One of the show stars, Courtney B. Vance, stopped short of calling it scary. We'll leave that up to you to decide.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
From gripping stories rooted in history and justice.
They think that's your confession. It's not. It's your defense.
To worlds where fantasy and real-life issues collide.
Don't judge a book by its cover. The book can't refuse your service.
Or spit in your water glass.
Emmy Award-winning actor Courtney B. Vance is known for his dynamic portrayals and nuanced characters.
Tell us about this latest project. It's scary.
It's, you know, we like to look at it as more like a thriller.
We need to catch this monster.
His latest role alongside Niecy Nash in FX's Grotesquerie.
She's a detective. Some crazy person is killing people. But at home, we are very messy. We're battling sexual addiction, eating disorders, alcohol addiction. Your fatalism is corrosive.
Or is protection. Ding, ding, ding.
Is it drinking protection too?
Grotesquerie is Vance's second feature in a Ryan Murphy production.
This is very different than the OJ story, though.
Yes. When you get into the Ryan Murphy universe, it tends to be a little horrifying. So I kind of knew. My wife is Angela Bassett.
She needed the help of a powerful voodoo queen. But that ain't you.
And she's been in the universe for about 10, 12, 15 years, so I know.
The series also marking the acting debut of Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce.
He's wonderful. He really is. He brings the same work ethic that he does on the gridiron to the sets, and he was super prepared.
Vance welcoming Kelce into the world of acting.
How come you ain't never liked me?
Liked you.
Remembering his own start and the kindness he encountered working in theater alongside the late James Earl Jones in Fences.
I knew nothing when I began Fences. I didn't know upstage from downstage, and he really took me aside and, taught me. Just talking and listening is really, really basic. And if you can do that well, like baseball, if you hit the ball a third of the time, Hall of Fame. So.
And you do it well.
Yeah, I think so.
Having fun?
Always.
So gracious and so kind. And Vance is super busy off the set these days too. His wife, Angela Bassett, and they both have a production company together where they're working to try to bring all kinds of stories to the screen. The first 2 episodes of Grotesquerie are streaming now on FX and Hulu. I don't care what he says, it's scary. The trailer is scary.
Exactly.
But we saw him in the studio after your interview. He has such a way about him.
Nice man.
I mean, literally everyone in the room is immediately calm.
Yes. Love him.
Oh, wow.
All right, Eva. We'll see you on GMA3.
And now to our celebration of Hispanic and Latin American Heritage Month and the young Latinas who are embracing what they call respectfully their Senora Era. It's all about slowing down and celebrating their culture. Stephanie Ramos is here with more on this. Hey, good morning, Stephanie.
Hey, good morning, Sam. This was such a fun one. The phrase entering my Senora Era is a popular term on TikTok and Instagram that describes the habits of older women that younger Latinx people grew up seeing and now adopt themselves. It can refer to a variety of activities like gardening, cleaning, sipping that tea or cafecito. It is all about having a good time while staying connected to your roots. And now one group is showing us how to embrace the Senora in all of us.
I knew that I was a city senora when I started going to bed at 10 p.m.
When Sunday mornings, I would listen to Celia Cruz.
They call themselves the City Senoras, a community group helping bustling Latina New Yorkers slow down as they get older.
We're in our Senora era when we're like making friends out here, but we're also like city girls.
Californians Alexis Mendias and Jacqueline Padilla moved to the city. They wanted to make friends with like-minded women with ties to their own cultural backgrounds.
It started in the kitchen of our apartment. Alexis and I are roommates, and we wanted to connect with people that shared similar interests in our culture.
I hear Senora and I think of my grandmother, mi tia, all of the older women in my family.
We want to make friends, but like we want to make them doing like wellness, doing like slowing down like activities.
The Senora Era means taking it easy, latching on to traditions from the matriarchs of our families, like drinking cafecito. But these city senoras have added their own twist.
We've done yoga classes, Pilates, sound bath meditation, Zumba. The senoras of my life like really sacrificed a lot of like their wellness and their mental health to like give back to families.
Here, nestled in one of Central Park's lush spaces, we find a way to connect, journaling, followed by sharing personal mementos.
My Virgencita, it was my mom's. I inherited from her when she passed away.
For members Tatiana Cifuentes and Maricruz Martel, the group offers a way to embrace their cultural identity.
Do you feel more connected when
you meet up like this with city señoras? Yeah, because honestly, I just think of my abuelita on the phone. Kind of gives me that outlook into the future of like what it is to just kind of like kiki with your friends. Being in a space where you often don't see a lot of people that look like us in the professional world, it was nice to kind of step away and like find community outside of that.
1 year in, the group has grown. They now have hundreds of subscribers to their monthly newsletter.
I see a lot of the city señoras swapping information with each other. They didn't know each other. Now they have a comadre that they could go walk with in the park. And we were like, we got to keep doing this. Like, other people are also looking for this community.
Such a great group. For those hoping to make a lifestyle shift, the founders say you can start your Senora Era by taking a walk after work, maybe enjoying a coffee date with a friend, or even try a new fitness class. It all sounds really average, but when you do it with someone you can connect to culturally, it really makes it special, guys.
Yeah,
great idea.
I think it sounds great for everybody to slow down with some love and friendship, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. We all have a little Senora in us. I know George does. I know you're
definitely.
doing something.
I got a garden hat and a cafecito. Let's go. All right. Coming up, Tori's back with more of Lara's Fab Finds in her deals and steals. What you got, Lara?
So many things, Sam. So many things.
So little time. So little time.
All right, we are back with Tori Johnson and more fabulous finds, and we are going to begin with
Can you just
luxury.
strut over here for a second? I'd like to. We're not going to tell
Can
everyone
you go
yet
down?
which deal you're modeling, but you are modeling one of them. Okay,
right,
we
but
are
we start
starting
with
right
blankets.
here. Alicia Adams alpaca. These are in Oprah's house. Let me just start with that.
And I can see why.
They are
gorgeous.
one of the most luxurious and special fabrics in the world. This alpaca, it's one of the finest natural fabrics. So whether you are going to wrap that around as a shawl or put it on your sofa so that your guests can have a little warmth, these are phenomenal. And you will not find a deal like this anywhere else because huge assortment. We've got more than a dozen options. 80% off and free shipping from
guys,
Alicia Adams
this is no
alpaca.
joke.
They are
This is a
phenomenal.
great holiday gift for somebody that you love.
Okay.
It deserves nice things.
Coolie Bar. We were both told by our dermatologist to make sure we use sun protection everywhere, including hands. So we've got, they're brand new, all of these gloves.
I use these.
I know.
I play tennis in these.
I know, from Coolie Bar. This is a company, I think it's one of the first sun protective companies that's been awarded all kinds of recommendations from the Skin Cancer Foundation, the Melanoma Foundation, because of the sun protective fabric. I'm hoping by the end you're wearing something from every single deal. We have everything from gloves, hats, clothing, everything. All of the fabric has their UPF protective fabric. It's built right in that sun protection. It's going to be better for you than any kind of cotton.
No
to
sunspots on your
off.
hands, guys.
That's right.
I know, like calluses on the other side of your hand. If you're golfing or if you're playing tennis, I just love them.
Sun protection above everything.
I have on my jewels too.
Sterling forever. You are wearing the earrings. You've got on this shield necklace.
Yes, I do.
We've got all of these bold pieces. I think you get a lot of bling for your buck with some of
those
these
are
earrings.
fab.
Aren't those gorgeous?
These look like Dr. Jen's.
They're phenomenal for a much different price.
Yeah.
But we've got all of these like just bold classics that look fabulous. Everything from Sterling Forever, $10 to $30.
Wow.
All right.
Done it again.
Shiny.
I love this. So you've got the jewels,
Got
now
the
you need to
jewelry.
clean it up.
Now you gotta clean. What I love most about this is that you go from dull and dirty to sparkling and shiny, and you can do it while you're washing your hands.
Yep.
So this wash, their Radiance wash, you use it literally while you're washing your hands, so you don't have to take off your jewelry. I'm obsessed with the brush.
That's
which
what I was going to say,
contoured
is that everyone
specifically.
needs to get the brush.
Yes.
It
So
gets
whether
like
you're-
all the little nooks and crannies. of your
Everything.
jewelry.
So whether you're doing it on necklaces, rings, watches, it's got you covered. This is a good one for men too. All slash and half starting at $11
Now?
from Shinery. There she goes.
Let's mosey on over to the next deal.
Durango boots.
They're
for
so
over a
comfortable, by the
half a
way.
century, they have been making cowboy boots. And they're pretty phenomenal. So we've got a big assortment, everything from ankle, tall, shorty,
Loving
fringe.
those.
There's
Love
so
it.
many. I see so many pictures of you on Instagram
With
when
my-
you're visiting your babies, when
Yes.
you're in Texas or in Nashville. You always got those boots on.
I sure do.
And so cowboy boots just make everything fun, right?
They
you just
really
have
do.
a better
So-
time when you're in cowboy boots.
I agree. I agree.
Everything slashed in half from Durango, including free shipping.
Oh, I'm still wearing.
And then Keep it going. And then finally, from Miami Chains, these are, it's like one of the easiest ways to carry your phone, either crossbody
really
style
going for it today.
or or as a wristlet. Slips right in. As long as you have a phone cover, this fits with
this is
any
so
phone
cute.
type. They're so fun. You could go hands-free and look chic at the same time. We also have their new couture silk-inspired styles. Big assortment, starts at $18.
I'm wearing it all.
I love it.
There's nothing left for you. No, wait, there is. There's a lot of great deals. Tori, thank you. You cultivated this incredible grouping of Lara's fabulous finds. They're all for you guys. Go on our website, goodmorningamerica.com. And, oh, the sweater hound.
Oh, those
The
sweaters
sweater
from
hound.
yesterday, you look so gorgeous.
There you go.
With the babies, you could still get them.
You can still get
Go to
all
our
these
website.
deals. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks, Tori. And thank you to the companies.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.